94.7 Asempa FM Suni all talk all day. Ekosiisen Jumedie and yede bremwe. Mini di osaibo nso from you be make say chairman Kojo Boatena Jeman ewa ha oye chairman of the NPP in the New Dwabin North constituency. Honorable Kojo Asare ewa ha oye former member of parliament Adentan constituency and a deputy director in charge of special duties for the NDC. Acting director, and as you confirm, you know, acting still, right? Acting director of special duties for the NDC. Charles Owusu, Juma of Forestry Commission, the man in charge of operations, right, of the Forestry Commission, Charles Owusu. My main kind was saying, I know Fiada, yeah, the Ekosiisen Jumedie and the constituency watch, Ekokopiemu, Asawase constituency in the Ashanti region on Friday, and we had a fantastic show. Honorable Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak, or minority chief whip in MP for Asawase Obabekayan. Sasansona MC for the municipality. And so Ebabekayan only MPP candidate and it was a really good show. Honorable Alidu Seidu Alhaji Eka Nidin. Nyame adome fiade da yenimi ochnechi efiade ya constituency watch ye de kopiem wo Ewutu Senya East. Ewutu Senya East. Mu amuni Ewutu Senya East ne Kaswa ye Ewutu Senya East constituency. Enti Kaswa overhead bridge na ase hwa bibia omu esi fire service station and ambulance station hwa na ye de dwumadi ni befi de abremo live from Ewutu Senya East. If you there 2 p.m. pepepe, Brabeka yente kaswafo nyina mo ntwen yen. Yebenya the sitting MP, Honorable Hawa Kumsin ebeba. Yebenya NDC candidate and din ede Adwa Koyo. Na Koyo. Ayen kindin. Na Koyo. Hey. Na Koyo.
Okay. I think Thursday born.
Oh, okay.
Call you.
It did not call you, Ebeba. Sounds so na MC our Ewutu Senya East municipality and so Ebeba. True MC in the cry then Michael BB, right? Yeah. Michael Mensa. Okay. Honorable Michael Mensa and so will be there. And various constituency executives, NDC and NPP, would have another very exciting show from the Ewutu Senya East constituency. Kaswa overhead bridge na se hwa munshare Friday 2 p.m. pepepe na yemfa constituency ward jumedi na emremo. Part of your pre-election programs, election headquarters Kokromoti Power, the constituency watch Bremo live from Ewutu Senya East. And they make a date with us on Friday. Now the following Friday news we be announce we be ebeko at the Achram. Yemra back in studio. Na fe yentwa yen common so and then some ewo ho of course exhibition exercise no koso enra so omampanyin yakọ Bema camp na the Ministry of Special Development Initiatives Accra some 10,000 hospital beds at the aba into omampanyin ekọ power ehon entoma said the be omobeche e de ama hospitals ahodo eno nso ensemo a egu ho a yebehwe ne yedi ho enkomo and that story ne kasa the president of the Republic Nana Akufo-Addo on Tuesday 22nd September presented 10,000 hospital beds under the Infrastructure for Poverty Eradication Program IPEP to be distributed to hospitals across the country. According to the president, it is always disconcerting to see patients being treated in wheelchairs, in plastic chairs, and even on the floors because of the unavailability of beds. Quote, government's determination to see an end to this no-bed syndrome has resulted in the decision to procure these hospital beds and the associated accessories for distribution across the country to augment the existing numbers in the country, the president said. To this end, he stated that in total, 1,500 pieces of critical care beds with overhead tables, 2,000 pieces of standard hospital bed with bedside lockers, 4,000 pieces health center bed with bedside lockers, 1,000 pieces of children's cot, and 1,500 pieces of delivery bed have been purchased. Yes, in Tibema Camp, the Jumedi no Eko so Ewo, where the beds are being housed. President Akufo-Addo stated that the beds, which are to be distributed to all 275 constituencies, are adjustable for better positioning of the patient head and feet. And that's Enra Jumedia and also Eko. So Honorable Edward Sare.
Oh, I don't know. Mommy, I got face.
What's your interest or story with you?
Oh, me interested, pa. Just that I'm coming per se. My MP for no dikaika. No much saying into your mokoto bed, no.
Because that story no explains it.
Okay, yo, no be me chia with for. I'm a chia mini Charles and Kujo.
Yes.
Chairman
Kojo
Buati.
Yes.
And Jackson, my own main man. Dominic and Chum so share trio.
Yeah. Okay, are those the videos? Jackson videos, And you share on Facebook, I'll be who videos, no, with the beds and everything. More I'm share on Facebook, you'd see everything.
Obi.
Honorable.
Hospital beds.
Yes.
Beautiful initiative from the Minister for Special Initiatives.
Yes.
But Anka, one would have expected, say, the president will let the minister take the shine a little bit for this job. What I say? Say, election pa mreasuna nipa Ghana for expect a lot of weighty projects for presidential involvement. Now Yekwako commission 10,000 beds. Like I said, the minister would have done a very good job. Or better still, Ibikra, the first lady, could have joined in, to give it a little bit of a mother touch for the kind of gesture echo. But to see the president on the red carpet, red carpet, Yekwako commission hospital beds on a car park, not even in a hospital.
Yeah, wait, Bema camp.
But see, in a car park, not in a hospital environment. For me, that is where the problem is. Hospital bed in Sudanka, baby, here no a hospital dining. Do you understand?
But the story says they will share it across the country to hospitals in the country.
Yeah, so for me, you can say sit down bakumu. Now commission was at dining po. Now yes, I got 10,000 other hospital facilities. It still will achieve its same purpose because one costs us 10,000 beds in a good park and so. Do you understand?
Yes.
So a small friends maybe different categories of beds one listing. So say critical bed, collab bed, some other types. It may be a one each of the various beds and maybe a mobile share for the ceremony. And that premises itself, it marks of, and for me, it breeds like a lot of questions in my mind. Say, it's a hospital, be a hospital facility, clinic environment, because these are you produce under a certain health condition, hygienic condition. These are hospital products. Baby, you produce mattress, infections near the intino. It has to be kept in a certain environment.
But is that not why they are being kept at Burma camp?
Burma camp, which facility?
environment
Which facility and keeping?
Or the military would have such facilities to keep these things.
You see, you are conjecturing, and I don't want us to do conjectures here. What am I saying? I think, say, the right place for this thing to have been done, says a hospital facility be. Maybe a corner, if say a bakupo mua. Well, maybe a bechicha corner, a muba kupo, ena, ye be ena yashishe a womb. For me, and even like I said, the best person to have done it is probably the minister. But when you have been starved of project over a long period of time, yet the over 138 billion loans are shown, sir. Now, because one would have also expected say, Kaoki can say the value be. Ataron, yeah, who says 10,000 beds, ne boy, saying, Nanka, ye, Kasa, ye to me who, oh, me faba, kona me, ye, division by 10,000, at least it will give me a certain mark, me and who, where we are heading with this whole thing. But vague, the only thing we want to see is that Kufuado commissioning beds. And then the write-up around it. And for me, to whom much is given, much is expected. And to be commissioning 10,000 beds at this stage, for me, I don't know how to say. So for to say, so food draw. I say a menial. A menial. Just say it doesn't show be or vision. Or be a like or share a nimu. Do you understand? Yes, I'm not discounting the use
of the beds.
It is critical. But Daniel Kufuado, for all that he has been given over the past 4 years, in terms of resources, I be paying in some any nearma yes share nimu sank or this animal be we peripheral. What you say? 10,000 multiply say one bed, cry $1,000 times 10,000. Yes. Let's even give it $2,000 times 1,000 times 10,000. How much are we talking about? Vis-a-vis amount yeah, they are sharing and they put for sa. What you say? Say yeah, under special initiatives, then we are looking at some of the 1 million
per constituency. That's what the story says actually.
Wonderful. Anambwa.
Yeah.
Okay. So 1 million per constituency times 275 constituencies. A 1 year basic I don't know.
Yeah.
Till we are talking $275 million. Dollars. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. And I've told you, Mr. Fanesen Pano, baku $2,000 one bed. Or let's even make it 5,000. I'm being extremely generous. Extremely $5,000. Because $5,000 when you're power, gadgets, a treat your home, gas, near be. Let me as you say we as our type maybe. The $5,000 times 10,000 Ghana cedis. Do the math. Now I say, Sikana me boy, yeah, 275 million. We a bahun saying, pittance. It, you know, this government is just doesn't have a vision. It doesn't have anything to show. And as at now, because President Mahama Kwako punching on say, on Jack sword no catty. Because sword catty, you know, the chiefs are beginning to ask questions.
FM.
Say, now budget now, oh yeah, you know, sa project now wo catty sword no, him was our budget ni. And it's beginning to raise questions. People are going back to check the 2020 budget and they are finding the truth. Say, this whole sword cutting thing is another hoax. I saw the war from cartoon beer tilapia. Nice one. And our president Kuta a friend saying
So
a friend saying
Pickaxe.
Pickaxe. Na Dr. Baumia Kuta shovel one to come be our boss. Where we go cut the next one. Already say Eastern region. I say about also got chama Mbwati kwa kuto so you know, but I mean the diagro, but trust me, we've taken so much money from Ghanaians. Ghanaians are expecting a lot more. Where did the money go? Consumption.
In this story says, Honorable, or say, indeed, the Ministry of Special Development Initiatives, which is implementing IPEP, together with the Coastal, Middle Belt, and Northern Development Authorities, have so far seen to the construction, way in line with 1 million per constituency, to the construction of 1,000 community water systems, 1,000 public and institutional water closet toilet, 50 prefabricated grain warehouses, 560 small earth dams, 50 rural and peri-urban markets, 26 clinics with bungalows for the medical staff, and 5,014 constituency-specific projects.
It do 5,014. Yeah, but board number boom back. It do baby a yambo bono back no 16 days, 40 days that. You understand? And then when it got to where they want to confuse Ghanaians, yeah, the 5,000, so that you will be Charles sitting here, my brother Kujo sitting here. Yeah, they are confused because 5,000. What can I say?
5,014 constituency specific projects.
Of what magnitude and at what are the names? Every constituency specific project has a name. Aramibwa, wububo di, tuwabubo di ya, bubo. Oh, names made up of poster na mikotare flag and I'm decoy. And I'm say. Then people can do the exponential multiplication. What did I say? But when that is the MPP for you, 17,000 projects, and that's it. Ghanaians will not even take their time to take that 17,000 and strip them one by one and see whether Nyomo Kano 17,000 will break down region by region. Who break it down? Region way Eddie is saying who break it down from region to district. And the journalists, lazy journalism in this country. Lazy journalism. Yes! And no because as at now, why dream shishi because you don't know what these 17,000 projects they claim in the tracker.
You were here the last time and we projected everything on this screen.
You could project 17,000.
When we type the constituency, you were here.
No, but did you type 17,000 projects?
We type constituency by constituency.
Did you type 17,000 projects? Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. I mean,
no, but you expect me on this show to type
that is why I said just by now, some journalists in this country, if on your show you can't do it, doesn't mean say, as I said, journalists be to me yet. Do you understand? Because your show is timed, is restricted, it is subject specific. It won't mean for one show, and yet we are. Doesn't mean you can't have somebody in this media house to be assigned that project. Say, look, do a street proof of this project. Let us see one by one how. Since 3 weeks ago,
something we've done.
You've done what?
Why you've not watched Joy News, you've not listened
to the ones they have shown to
we've gotten our correspondents to go around
17,000
constituency
17,000. That is what I'm telling you. I'm asking you. You've sent your to 17,000 friends and give me that truth. When
they go to constituency,
give me that.
They find out
17,000 places. You have done 17,000 checks. Let me dare you down. If you have done it, tell me. Let me dare you. Say it's a lie.
But why should we do 17,000?
Yes, because I don't trust these people. 5,000 boss is here. It is not true.
Then 1
Now
million
this
per
me
post.
say me I can't see just that 5,000 and 5,000 other constituency specific. Hey, yeah, what is constituency specific project? What do you mean by that? When you say constituency specific project be ID say toilet. What about toilet dada? What about ambulance? What about water? Then be on a constituency specific project. I need. Please, we are not stupid anymore. For people to think that they can come and throw dust into our eyes and get away with it. I mean, it's not fair. Oh, and then the journalists make a count person a bomb. More
your party with all its network, the infrastructure you have in place, came out to say initially we had 26 projects and a ghost project. Later, Naboka said you are still digging. And the last time I spoke with Sami made the point, say, so far the Mohu account there cover 200. And that's even what your party did. So why do you turn around to blame journalists? Say journalists and
journalists I work and what you man no and me party
but we've done
because you are not doing it.
We are doing it.
Because you are not doing it. That is how come we are doing it for you to come and consume.
You were here. We went to your constituency.
So you come and consume what the no mobile journalists no ye na be consume press conference na be transfer na tie ni show mu videos, you show mu pictures, you show mu trying to say that then you use it for your can say social media live program na mo dey abeto so yen ko ye adwuma no ne fam bremo. Is that the work that a political party should be doing?
Are you not a stakeholder?
I am a stakeholder. So we are doing our part, but one more than anything. You rather look at government. Opposition. You even criticize us worse than the government.
Who does that?
Most of you.
Who?
Most of you.
Mention their names.
Oh, please. Who
does that?
I said you know yourselves. Do I have to mention names? You people you criticize in NDC. Even more than and I'm more banso and I'm more pencil and I'm more say and I'm say meanwhile we are not in government. You do government as well.
Don't want to
even in some of these programs studio crab punchy and chain a friend say when you give us the time to speak every moment when Kujo start speaking now no rebuts, no interruption, no whatever. No akasa yabusa. It was a starting ya. It was one who said no. Minister be say another one who said president. Ako say not to say you check along the way. Meanwhile we are
you don't want to be criticized. So what's your problem?
This is a party in government.
But who says they are not criticized?
Who here? Who here criticizes who?
You are criticizing them.
Do you? I ask. Obi, do you?
I don't criticize people.
You got no nerves for that, man.
I
said you got no nerves, but you sit here, you hit onto NDC.
I don't hit. And only the problem you have. I don't hate people. I ask questions. My questions might not please you.
You see, the questions you ask. And I make I say sometimes me I'm a fair guy. Yes. Once a while I punch a little bit, but you are my brother.
No, I understand you.
But I'm doing a general.
I understand.
Look, the journalists in this country are a big disappointment.
That's what you
think.
A
big disappointment, especially some of the senior ones. Just said they are so fixated on government side to the extent say big crowd happy now. Rather than to be at least for once honest about it, they will twist it and go and look for some years ago and come and match it with it. Now some in the same and all of that. I mean, when you claim say when we did it, you stood on a certain moral ground to hit at us. Why don't you stand at that same point rather than to come and look for something to even up with that? You see, for me, I'm getting disappointed, but I have hope because people say me bon pa say you be you free starch now this government has poured like tapioca egumuso and Until my say ya mo starch na mo jina my stiff. Mo kasakra mo sro.
But you come on our platforms every Wednesday.
Oh, na say platform ne there. O de mamia, unim say Kojo do asare.
Why do you turn around to criticize?
I will do justice.
Why do you then turn around to criticize?
No, enya me amudi amame no some say me dey me can. I don't speak. Me can be business here. Na say we find be hiti MPP above a year. We got a disclaimer right now.
And the same for them.
That same way there.
And the same for them.
Why now? Because I disclaimer. NDC, everything goes. Anything you tell John Mahama is all right. It's accepted.
No, but that's true.
Oh, please.
Then maybe you don't listen to this platform.
Please. People have sat here.
Those are your.
The other day now, a big friend, Achim Sakawa, and you were telling the person, said, not on your show. Okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, people have sat here and used the word incompetence. And you never told them any such thing. You never told them any such thing. Never. Incompetence. Yeah, you saw them. You saw. And then somebody says Sakawa there. Hey, not in my studio.
Have you not said the vice president is incompetent before?
Me, Monsieur, you're a liar. As for that one, I have no regrets.
So did I ask you to withdraw?
No, me. I saw him say me.
No, did I ask you to withdraw?
What you say? There's no beyond a bit here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Studio will be on the level. Excuse me.
So you should not be saying what you are saying.
No, because I know people. You can't for me. I'm not sure you can tell me to withdraw because I won't. Do you understand?
You will not. It doesn't mean I will not.
No. Even you fine, but for me, me can't call. Do you understand? Because. Standard be a woman was set here too.
I have not set.
Yes, because if you accept somebody to say incompetence, why shouldn't you accept whoever will say Sakawa? Yeah, it's for me. A good timer. You so near bad. A good time. A good job. This government, as I said, is a failure in all fronts. To Afena or Titi at this crucial time. And now I can say nurses. A war strike and midwives. Mati Krase mortuary for.
Nurses not calling or strike.
Me say Mati Krase mortuary for are on the next bill. I'm also Eba and others. What I say? All because they cannot even sit with these people and address them properly. To the extent that a minister can tell nurses, Minister for Health.
When was that?
I'm journalist. No, when
was that? Because I've not spoken with him.
It is all over the place. Go and find out. It's there. Okay. Say, business and nurses for music. Go and ask.
It was a Ekosiisen, the chairman Kojo Boateng, ma mintio on first issue I de share CNF into me and twas way say Honorable Edwasare, former President Mahama commissioned head pans to Kaya Yes. I'll say Obi, ask him about that. Good up with Kwame Penyin Bansa. Good afternoon, Obi. Please ask Honorable Edwasare, does the NDC also have a journalist and senior journalist? Are they included in the bunch he is disappointed in? Kwame Penyin Bansa would want to know. PK in Lembele says, hi, Obi. In fact, MPP government has really disappointed Ghanaians with all the huge promises, book-long quote, and incompetent tag. Ghanaians were expecting a huge infrastructural project from the NPP government, but not short-cutting and commissioning of beds, other than newly built hospitals and clinics, well furnished with hospital facilities. Over here in Elembele, my Nzema folks are very appreciative of the gas infrastructural project, good roads, drinking water, mini chip compounds, which were all provided by the NDC government. 4 more for His Excellency John Mahama to build an oil and gas port in Nzema. PK, Ewo Elembele. Obi, do you remember the first community police assistant recruited by former President Kufuor? Late President Mills and Mahama promised to recruit all of them into the police service because they had gathered experience working with the personnel. They were denied salaries for 6 months when the NDC won power and never recruited into the police service. Today, if the same party is promising to make NAPCO beneficiaries permanent, I just laugh. Lejokuku for Doctor Nana Mponsa Bedi Ako and on the way Abba. There are other messages here. Let me read. Where it says, greetings to my brother Kodwedu Asare, aka Swagger. Ask him, if hospital beds were adequate in Ghana, would it have been necessary to procure additional ones? James Kwabena Bonfair and Ebusa, and he comes with links to stories. And this one is modernghana.com story. So President Mahama commissions 12 borehole drilling machines. And I'll say, Parent JDM commissioned boreholes. Where was his Minister for Works, Housing and Water Resources in 2012? September. James Kwabena Bonfair. And on the way about Charles Nyamewa Saman Kese. And he says, Obi, if Abronia and his NPP also care to know, President Akufo-Addo has come to abandon about 13 developmental projects, including community day senior high schools, CHIPS compound, school blocks, teachers' quarters, roads, water, and electricity in West Akim municipality alone. Please ask them, is this a government that deserves another term? Certainly no. Chairman, my NTO.
Obi. I'll be chair of you, man. Second, you chair. I'm a chair. A ratchet, so we see. Is it the interview? I'm a prophet too. Inspiration, you will move us. But Charles Twasso. Sir, you told the beer. And no ma akumania day. A buffo. Semper FM. Yamia Semono. It was a mon bebre. Na a sacred nipan so aquine. I think that is the most important. Intina, a chain constitution be a wo we see. It be bako. What you say? But constitution be what is a Bible. Intinu, I bring it and say, at Yasifo, Ejitum. Say no near canko near Bobra. And many panhuya den a tono. Yes, sir. Inti koso. Na me check kwa Jones. Me check me kwa just. E dey kwa for ya do so how. Obi kwa say say Jones.
No me kwaku.
Yeah. Inti na me check papa ni bu bi say me check on man. Your friend Owura Charles Tibua.
Oh, okay.
Or Delaware. So
okay.
to pan down for pan Professor Asare.
Oh, Kwaku Asare.
Kwaku Asare. Yeah. Azar or something.
Kwaku Azar.
Inti also check pa. Inti omu you. Obi. Every say jama edu baabi a ho. Aman yosem na ebedu baabi obi anka na sembi. Ne adane ama isonkyerefo. So what you say? Ni abisa nkyerefo say aman yo no sen na ye kɔ no na sen ye beye no. Say ye nyina etu anamo say ye aman yosem dia. The journalist na adwuma ne say obe report to dia wahu. Enya sa. Na baby a menu akwadwa do asare de fi bayi na mi se miraho na ne miraho an se ndc for a do time on be see treat them to say babies yen form to yen sam ni yen row to say omu da basket no abrofo wo bibia am say friend swing me boa o de ne to swing mu na battery shem na nkodam no swing kakra kakra o mu an wa famu ada say o bibia na mo bia emotional bibia anamo bia o mu tu okrom ha I am emotional.
Semper FM.
Is that how they want to win power? I'm surprised. Say baby I could free banny attack din journalist in Niema. Na me bisa na simbi. The number of NDC executives. What all the police stations, all the constituencies, all the electoral areas. Omkramo ba could be a number de kan. Everyone says zonal offices.
I think ward. Right?
Ward officers. Now by region, now by national. Obi. In the journalism fraternity, Omobiana. Bibi sa. What journalists? What Ghana nyina boom. Now can NDC party executives. Ye nim one. Ye nim say na ye nim say omobro over 200,000 NDC officers. A journalist will come obedusa. Journalists will come do 200,000. And I answer me and I also be so as a movie do now was the mini hobby. Over do 200,000.
I don't have the numbers, but I would doubt if
so the point is that NDC for an party no muti o majumane say. And next time you fi man video so bet me afro bia or word. Ebisa say. Oraba umi ase ya clinic we wa ha. E wo ho anase eni ho. And then this for Nkrankwa no mugu. If you understand obi call the tower with him recover tenan kran. Now then two wo no and answer bunu ultimate press conference.
But say also oba be share with national executives and so.
As an why press conference.
Absolutely.
Inti ni jobe share na mo kan che inti odi make buy. Na so executives no mutumi ma hobi. Eso odi gati anyo honya na region. Ahonya na region. Press conference na ya no mko ye okumase no. Ehia executives mo free na mko. You see, one way let be ambetana catch NDC 2020 elections, they want to make everything emotional. Said they are omo win sympathy. Because someone need be bibia ometumi adi ho dance. Na ya me de. Say ene all kase nanado akọ commission 10,000 beds. O say dey. O say dey.
O say enye project bia
enye project bia. Opa ye mathematics obo number bi wa ha. O so dey at least your money be 5,000. Me boa. $5,000 multiplied by 10,000, it will give you almost about what? 50 million USD. Now 50 million USD that is kakitwa. Multiplied by 5.6. And it will give you almost about 280 million Ghana cedis. Okay, can say okay, so we move 1 million 1 million one constituency me boa inti no o de opa tifri mu he says kana ka he and all catcho and wada room was read the projects aka ho o de opa o kan o say 26 clinics yango cost ni tifri. You see, and this one of mathematics in here now we should sika bia so mu dintin we on for say sika kitwa bi, but and the importance of the hospital beds yet kromo and this time. Unti ya na yedi papa bi chin ahimrache ya ko pe bed amana yedi ndu hospital yesi oni bed okoko wuye. Assuming
I think 2017.
Assuming. Fine. Assuming 2017. Nanadu ya swa the power to Tambe. Nanadu ya swa the power Tambe.
2017 January.
2017 January. Yeah. It is a buying if the government it's a succession government a year to us to the way ye bia no and e bi wo ho no ma 2017 ya so na nanado no onipa na no yare na ka hospital bed ni bi wan konkoda so. You see no wa betra na wa kansam. You see tembia baby o mu free ba any baby a ye ko no media e na me de Ghana fo tie nyuma pa anya na mo pa na na akufo ado watu and in the records they know say they cannot match Nanado's records. It is not Kasaka Wasimbi. Me na beka Kasaka wa. And I say nya kasa papa. Who's on no kronkai? Because now you nyina and say yen treating with kid gross. Oh, for saying this in beka. Me and na me no can say o man penia wa be dia konwa pen. And nam Kasaka Wasim. Na nya kasa papa because obi enu a ye abusua bi obi pe na ye wo no to abusua mu. Me boa kan chem say me boa. Me no abusua be wo mi atuma ka me banka me bisa. O ti ase. It is all banner to be described where bushia kuobi and answer krobi says uncle for when me a saka wafua. And no was na menoka, but political party there. Obiepe and obechusu. Okay, and a new and an animal tunophone. Oh no, Sanko Jina Okabu. So Saka wana ko kan yakura me nya ho trouble no. We dey make Saka wa projects. Now wo eto de bia. Aya na chance kan sem bi. Enyu bia na ye to na ye ka say tem bia e akai baabi a ye de. Kai baabi a na wo free ba. Enya sa. Na hwe baabi a wo kɔ. Na fetutu anamon. Na nanka by this time nko mampani dada de kan anamon should be different. I should say more important things or beka ke yehu bi da wo krom ha because akonyo no de bi pen. Because confusion na onim de oyenti na power no e kura no at the time ani ye kura no no nye ready so be serve Ghana, but a do time ya de tumi ahye ne nsa e foforo no e niema ohun projects ya inflate no ni ade nyina nti no e no betena akire no still ano ne mfom so no na mo tu ya de Ghana ko ye nemu dum so aduane ye nya ni edien ka kire cholera kun ye wo krom a malaria kidnapping Ude and then another advance in fear nine can't near me some can kabako crow. But what you say?
Kidnapping, there's some more brace on the sea.
I'm giving you go and check the statistics. And now I know a little bit bisano. Nana Oyeli time joy report to ye. As at 14th June 2014. Na a man in Nipa Yakindabum more than 75. It was their agenda. And they know. That's why the national chairman was attributing to it. What do I say? So my point is that say a idea jutum so obi so wa ban aban sabi Ghana for enya ho faso aban a Ghana for nim de hwe amanyo sem ete say de ututu anamo wo fiduam anything abroad from America they be I like the way they come to their platform oba okuta na yire ne mansa ni ebisa se a edientia o se abrabo ni hwe ama hwe me mane me busua na afie no saa na de o man hwe me sa me hwe ama obi a ho ato no ebi na Ghana fo hu enne bi na Ghana fo hu eniema ye hu wo krom ha na se wo ene wakotena kiri na wo se upetumi a anya electoral commissioner hwan bi anya emotional yi se obi pese o gitumi free ensem te se de Ghana no wo nko a wo mu dia enti ene anamo a yetu nyina no ene manifesto aso ukofa ba nanka nyamenya wadom nanka Ghana fo ntie osufre bio wo ba mochire na ade ba
mochire ba
now this also be mochire ama Muslims
so my reason when here reason no
no reason o can we no no ne ho and then go and check the newspapers or retract it or say almost sponsor crowd from their manifesto
why na kind
or Rajo Mahamana
paper ben
o dia me the bachelor
o dia ni paper na work
now I didn't justify
I'm not seeing that
Obi that's all so me who paper into the other who paper na me I don't stop me anywhere it is in their manifesto so by much
manifesto on the
but who him say much it's a haram to Islam.
We are sure.
Go and ask.
Because I see Omu see more trial. In line with Islamic custom. What's it Islamic custom? Oh, now won't say Obi say Baba manifesto ni meka in line with Islamic custom.
Just say we are discussing the manifesto.
No, enra say me din komo wo. Enra me ne Naziru. Edin because only Naziru. Ono kasama NDC Zongo and they made a point say omo call around with people's the listening tour. One of the things that imams ni sheikhs no say kremoni wu no mo de control the traditional mortuaries our hospitals na o kope wo body a afi na koha faha na braha koje report we bra obehwe na 48 hours na wo so omudi si omu nipa no na abesen ko no muntimi nsi ndi problem ma won in at least omunya specialized mortuaries are in line with Islamic custom. I don't know who the Nipan kotoa 12 hours wako you are no work with Obi. And that's why they made that
tell you it's a lie.
They ain't a lie.
And the lie some catch them said they struggle because I don't quite rob me you free hokrache. So they struggle and son
body
Islam and Kasakromo for body ain't much. The body itself no krana we would that hospital bed in so ya confirm we say we ya found come much na ya kwa ye a subset a issue doctor decided say okay be away I was master keep quiet now what you say I just say a issue be I say be a postmortem now no if you compare 1% of all issues happen in the Islamic world other Muslim why don't you speak to the other Muslims? And that is why I'm saying, say, haram. Now, on one side, I am confused. I don't think when they put it there, or can ye? And I am yes or no baby of free bar. Unim the traditional of Islamic. Now, two sana more way. What you say? Yanti Kroma, I don't know, and say, Wama obi 60 Ghana city, some Fanko Yan Praku. Is against the Islamic idea. I know so. Why do you believe that Papa will cancel my bet me agility? Why do you believe that
we will facilitate the establishment of mortuaries in accordance with Islamic custom and practices and collaborate with the Ministry of Health to set up focal teams responsible for procedures that are compliant with Islamic custom and practice at all public
confusion. I'm telling you, and this they are confused, and I'm telling you, say Ghana for a mistake this time. to give power to this party, John Muhammad Dianimu, Ghana will collapse forever. I'm telling you. Because where Obi, Pastor John Muhammad, Senako will be bika, and then ya memu and another boo, and we buni year. And can you win and cover to whom I am here? And you win and cover to one among. Can you win who no beka? Because the statement in Yina Matibie Honoma or Nuankasawo, the dynamic proper project that he wants to implement or he wants to work on it. BBA number one, Sananadu ye man chemua, me reverse no. Huh?
Semper FM.
Only the apani de. Catch me. And hospital bed is good because it's important. And I support it 100 times. So woo and 10,000 base. Minimum year in Atlanta cost. It cost almost about $50 million US. On other price buy, minimum, but the far price, Lisa. So no, and now so and this formula some musica doors. Sika move free baby bar Mrs. Coin in a found bottom. Into 50 million.
That's an allegation.
Yes, it's an allegation. I'm funny, sir. That's
but
allegation.
You don't make allegations.
Oh, why?
You can make your statement without bringing that in. Into
Why? Why? Into the whole Ghana has circle projects of inflating in Asikana way.
You are in government. You know what to do.
Oh, now they are sitting in ne presideria. Hey, Obi, they be an this for form wedi. Na Ghana phone him. Sanya mana omuka so na kwadwo do asare omo na omko ye nte so timi chi no person chi na ye change because obeka just the call PPA obeka just parliament approve ye it is so chi omo nyina agum and can just na say na Brazil ke be chi omo kwadwo do asare kan san kote he because so ko bi what you say so ko bi kabana kodem
toothless bulldogs
kodem it a chain it when they decided to do something. What you say? When they decided to steal the nation, they do it cleverly. What you say? Hey, you find and I know some minister not call Brazil by also on the clear no be by a tikromha. What is your catch was said doctor $1 $10. We deny na. Kubeno got $100. We deny na. But to be a chinatum. They are telling you say
Kube $10 saying you're criminal. Is it criminal?
Kube $100. Doctor $10. What to chromato doctor $100. Multiply $10 by 5.8.
Auto Brazil.
Ah?
Auto Brazil.
Na Brazil wa here doctor. Obi. Obi. Oh, Kwajo,
honorable Nyabotre,
Kwajo, who's the market kai? 80. Oh, say SCA. Into media, yeah, hammy. But I'm giving you the classical example. Say chrono, say your chrono, you know, better so you'll be to prison. And also, it doesn't mean that happen. Say, net, yeah, can Obi
Semper FM.
Or about me, I be catcher plane, say, or yeah, Ghana, Nanado, or yeah, 3 interchange.
Yes.
At the same cost
4, I think.
At the same cost of your friend say circle into the maybe so. Idea na ban sir. Idea na ban sir. And no correct pokuasi dia so check the circle ha. 10 times. 10 times. Now what the tamale dia ka ho. Now the kumasi dia ka ho. And each cycle dia ye pe. And international person chom say krono amam. The father saw the call PPA and Crawford so near any pepe.
PPA boss no cry.
What they call parliament, not parliament approve here from the cabinet to all those things. And no na make catch. Into Obi, media say you see ye discussions am Ghana for to Obama here. And yes, I emotional thing no go so to na the work of Faba or say the electoral commission. Electoral commission ide.
Now exhibition we visit
Obi names are who can deny NDC for cars or mark printing or moon.
NDC for me.
NDC for you know so one more cars be or hold with DMP adino. Now electoral commission or register Obino or who say where your OB or NDC and Obi called the NDC card. And come on mutina chrome had dear sir and ne ye dear koshe bebredi nim NDC a stronghold NDC for bebredi ni electoral register and we free na buy. If we pan the buy, and I will be acquired the party card. You see, no one control international community. You just want to draw attention to yourself. Into my vice president Omra, or call when you the vice president or the running mate, or calling them Cape Coast, you who pay copy on.
Okay,
Oh, no, I guess I call and Chairman Abroad Yabekai. Young Nipa copy. So when you Nipanas or Ton and Koyi, not and actually, of course, studio cross on the on complaining. But be about me, I bet no be Juma. Obi, media important for me is what is on the ground. And the NDC villages and no one in 10 year MPP because they know the worker. Sabi nyame o sini president o sini na we sini na do hene no and na so Ghana fo ani now there me am sure Bobby
Chairman Kojo Boateng
Charles na bekai
yes
me say 2020 December I check on the 9th of December Nanado one cross 56% in this election 56% I'm telling you
okay
you be
2016 na 54
me say this year and that's why Juma.
Yeah, 54.
53 something.
Yeah, almost.
50, almost. They need 50. Me say
53 point something.
Me say me shebo. Nanado and 56. I have to resign from politics.
Mate, inti Chairman Kojo Boateng the attending Kano. Nana has your jury says, Obi, do you know that Mr. Mahama, as Vice President, commissioned an uncompleted flyover at Mile 7? Today, due to industrialization, VW is assembling cars in Ghana, and the former president says Apotro car. But how Daily Guide report, no, no crazy former president cars. Have you heard the voice? So see VW cars near Apotro cars. Okay, or say Apotro car, something the NDC do. Okay, something the NDC for 8 years couldn't do. Yet he claims that somebody is Sakawa. Lord have mercy. Nana Hesse. Or Jiri and on the way Abba. Obi, please ask your NPP guest that when His Excellency the late Vice President Aliyu Muhammad died, it took days for him to be buried. Where was he kept? Obi, tell Honorable Edu Asare that like journalists, the normal Ghanaian mind disagrees with the NDC's general propaganda and hot air on various issues. Also tell him if his government had resolved their condition of service during their 8 years in power, nurses would not be on strike today. Junior, Ewo Tantra Hills. Nedia or de Abreye enono. Messages ne door. So Charles, me pacho bremo mi intiwe. Yes.
Ma yenchia tifo ne ahefo. Na yenyin tumu se abanya adwuma yento aso adwuma. Menyi ni se Owura Akufo-Addo se waye adwuma bia na waye de Ghana for pay nyina nko bi for be contest elections. I don't think so. Se waye bibia Ghana for pay. Why is we be for be contest elections? Because baby wo ho a waye bi, baby wo so a wonye bi, baby wo so sinto so den e wo because we nipa. Sa na mamutie. But I me dey say Kojo Kano wan kase best ne hu nhia ka be me ya pa. Woni ma de ba ko a no kore ba ko pe nkontompo na wo twa je se wo force hu de asem ni bi betara asem bi hu na ai no kore. Ambulances a Owura Akufo-Addo penso ba yi. Eni ya de enye ye funya de. E twama so obi ade ne hu. Adwuma ye o man obi ade ne hu. Eni emmoa abeboa o man no enye amnyuku. When it comes to health, and ya Greek in food ye ho asema me mfa ni agro. Etia na wo bo jungle bi me mpasa na bad betting. Asema me kan yanze onko omo de nro no kogu so aba bekuyen. Because ye nkola ye die na machi ko afuom. Ye do afudie na se ye pam so a na menkan ya start den epiepie makonum nyina den epiepie on sase so. Ene so de ye mfa se kan den enno biom. Ye de adru ne den ebusu ne ya hye no. Enti ama emwo e wasa asem so nyina den ewu. Demi ebasa na me mfa nya amanyesem. Say hospital bed. I'm telling you, Pama report and call Kolebu CCA. Enco 37. Enco Rich Hospital. So unko to say nipa da fama. So unko to say a nipa da fama. Me niama ye ya. Emfa manyoku hu kwa na ende na makoma kora den ewom. Ena wo aban kora me wo fa. Hospital. Say ya ka won e di hospital. Obi unyare da unim said the hospital something. I'm telling you. Say you do two film keke kra keke. Say you shower because of enkwana wo lose a wonim say unsanya biem nti no oba pray am ye do to form. It's about who commissions it. It's about baba ye di aba. And who na me ehia me packers. So anya hwe no 10,000. So nipa 10,000 and kwala ne mpani ne sabi mrante ne meba wa yade a awochi ye mompa ye se emra ne saa. Nipa 10,000 at a go benye ba bi di omuti ato. I see a boy and say pa. Me come achi because I can say sometimes you know so we can be so and I'm going to be and say because two wrongs doesn't make one right. Otherwise the etwemu kono ye ka ho asema. Na amanyo se amanyo fo ye nto se kan koche nkofo villages near ahodo. Ye nto se kan koche won. Se kan. Ah ye mfa nkodo. Se nto se kan koche won. Ye nim se kan kura wa na se ne etie because I don't easy. Ye to koche won. Ye hu hwase amo ankofo de si omutie ye twa. I dey share campaign mu. So ye ka hwase amo we fantini.
Oh yeah.
Ti pana ye this one ma. All those things because when him say aban at the time GD say ye nuanom de omkon na ye adwuma. E kon so din fa de ntu ti so ohia bibi de tiatom. Entine obo mama mkomo heha om de obepe bibi om betim de so ho ne ma. E asem papa because on so benefit out of that. The hospital bed. It doesn't matter what the president commission or whether the vice president or whether the fruit ehia say mame. The comedy wa the ohia say when you de na gu yama wa me. And I'm penny for Sasa Fadia or the chair. So some say, and so can you and find check and near the answer. But it is so. And the year 12 October, on winning my position. I mean, what? How on earth? Say you better or buy back 10,000 beds. Now, President or take Kunyason fan home kuchi. And will be who's on only pencil. That's how they're in Abaso. So, medium fees. The who here can say the BBC and say. You catch it on the nipa be so no so and so e mo ho ban yi your maintenance culture or my mu enye papa today be am catch ambulance am hu fe e biemu kire wa ne ma ewom ne yi na how we going to maintain it because na e akwan na cha 2 years na kwan ni na den asay a cha 3 years na kwan na say you hwe kwan e di oman sika ya now we also say how we maintaining those roads we go ni na e sika na den ye di but say fa say obi kokomshi ya kasi ya koye chi akwa aba ahwe aban bia boreholes they commission boreholes the unimade ade ba ko a kan KVP ho asem se ba bia wote location wote no e na kire se KVP ho hia na se ho hia I'm telling you the other places they queue me nkra haya ba bia haya ko fast ya ko ase ho ba bia kiwe wo ha abokwa kwotre nkofo ko no enya sem keto a enti eniema bebre wo ha ehu hia ma aban a sabio enka ni kwan se ye koye boho a ye be kandigi ebo ye ho safo hene enso aya fina amanyofo de edi se obi aye bibi opese o kama obi hu se mesoma den ma ye bibi when it comes to road see you are building roads nyina wo wura mahama time a ka wura ku for the buy onye road or discover kwa de foforo Ura Kufado so minyesho so betima bidon kase we building all the roads in this country. Hospitals infrastructure hodwa Ura Mahama Penso or because me team say Ura Mahama Penso obedi mfie 9 wanye hwe. Aka za mianga sa kwa me nka nokre. Wanye hwe say oye bibi me say one for ani hu kwa say yetime hu airport terminal 3. Nyo na regardless of the price na da so. Ani the interchange awoye nyina no. Still wire but the beti maybe say won say nanka oye and ye hwe value for money nka ahia dodo say na beti interest kana aye ye beti maka ho asan because for interchange oye bi owura kufodo oye bi enti ye de ya omo nyina ye bi nanso ye hwe sika dodo a omo de ye that's the key enti me amanyo sem say ye commission ye money and sabio kwajo journalism in this country obi any obeti maka say institutions we are perfect. No. That's mean perfect that. Well, definitely, you won't go for it. You know, you know, or more straight to NDC side, or more straight to MPP side. It is clear. What's that? Oh, minya, na kwajo na any journalist almost straight to your side. Until now, I'm making clear. Kwajo minya. But the bottom line is that you suma manyuku, or money yesum, because you chire or money chire manyuku. And the annual case is here, Ura Kufado Nima Oyebiano. And I'm when he's talking about loans, this car is a bayanya. goes through Parliament. And I say,
Yeah,
they should come and tell
international
us.
loan agreement.
Yeah, they should come and tell us what they have, what loans, you know. They're not more than quiet until Parliament. G2 must say, young fast size sika way, young fan sharp buying, and on fan quiet. Now say the sika, the loans agreement by Parliament don't pass here. They don't wait. Do they sit? No matter the homosexual them film. Then I say buy the scam or somebody could change you, they pay baby. Is that the case? I don't think so. Because Parliament will committees a hold war. All these loans goes through them and suddenly I pass it. Now, Koya Bibia, MPP for ye BTI and DC for. Oh, yeah, Jessica Bebre, who do you Jessica Bebre, they also say the same thing. Because man, it's a Parliament pass it, all those loans. Yadi Nemo, oh, crew. And I say, a crime ban a Hujma, you do Skabakusha budget, and your Parliament pass it. Jimakam said, Copy said. You be jai pese min kuminye su asa o man ma ni enya pese o man nya su outside mu no sa nyema we nyina be koso go for hu chiro mo man mo I'm telling you say obi afa ni atete an sika na odi akoto bank na de be chese bank na agu etimi kum nipa etimi kum enipa man ye amanfo sorry for mo niema obi kwa afuoma wo soro ahoachi be 3 am because of fumi kwantintinti or your mind ba okodo na de afude na ba ma Ghana for dodo na so anya bi eden adi. What are we doing for these people? Or you record that hospital so na koto from because bed bi eni ho enti sa sabi bed a Owura Akufo-Addo adi aban ne pen so eya de papa na osese ye bona baso
Obi, please tell Charles to lobby for Wase Kropon Government Hospital to get just 30 of the beds. We need it badly. Now say or Wase Kropon Government Hospital. Also munya 30. Fortunately for him, the constituency be abenya be we are telling you.
Obi,
Amenfi East. Wasa Amenfi East. That's Wase Kropon.
And penifo say ento ada. Ani yen kan ni we chia say agrona de ede. Hwe. Se ukọ ahohiahia bi ma. American yade ho asema. Any can see the hospitals asem di agro. I'm telling you. And here may be here amaye ti boy and hwa hwe ye various hospitals no. And yes ketua. And then medical stores. We have a country. Ye timi tinase man kofo bi ye gang. E timi di ye jato medical stores. We she enure ho nyina be se na ye hu obi a. We have people who import drugs that are expired drugs. I didn't buy my heartless. Almost so yummy. Yensu nyame say ye ade tie ye ho kra na ye ndwe ho. Say a drug expire ni a paper ho ni a tro different expiring date ni ye distribute to different hospitals. Wickedness at the highest level. And high because I say and then we are say sika. Unya sika wo wie. But sika timi ade but ntimi nya ade nyina. Sika you good. Ade but ntimi nya ade nyina. Nti looking at even Zongo mortuary for Zongo near you. I mean, woman can not correct. Is it a priority? Is it idea I'm here to see an Zongo for? Between hospital and mortuary, they ain't no here. Trust them say, Uwechi, there's no repentance after death.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how a Nipo Jare so a imam so a bishop or so a after say there's no repentance after death. And whether in any way you handle your body, whether you bury you in 2 hours or in 3 hours or in 48 hours. I think say I know any baby I chire baby I woke up, but Quran in himself or which atemo the Quran him Bible him. That's the most important thing. Ye too far chire wa otias as you say. So why nanti onyame akwanso. Because ye the adwuma shawonsa yan fan shawonsa ne wabusuan fonsa. Ye the shawonsa because of mining tea. Now we are the open. We are busapeni, we are juma, we are the open. Atem will be your baby. It doesn't matter how they will handle your body. And it is hospitals. Say obiti Nima. Near say you transport to 37. Our Kwalebu. That's a hospital or Nima. Any mortuary, which one will I prefer? I will prefer say okay, say I am going to build first class hospitals across Zongos. First class hospitals. And here, hospital not mortuary. Why? Mortuary. obi akora mpɛ sɛ ɔbɛkɔ saa bea no ɔn sɛ ɛbɛwu deɛ nanso obi anya na dwe sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔbɔ ne tim sɛ me bɛsa me kɔ mortuary
Asempa FM.
enti enka ɔwɔ biribi papa de man yɛbɛsrɛ owura mahama
Okay.
ɔn sɛ ade no akɔyɛ mpaninka wote mpaninka ase ade no nyɛ yie committee sɛ sɛ wɔagya ne campaign aba Accra na yɛsɛ o ne running mate agya aba nam sɛ akɔkɔ nsa kora yera nkwansɛm na gehyia bɔfo a ɔno kɔ ahayɔ no okura tuo no ɔno tu aka no di ma ya amana tiato na de ɔso konkonte di n'akyi deɛ wona bɛde obi bɔfo a ɔno kɔ ahayɔ no
Asempa FM.
a ɔno kura tuo di kan no etu aka no amana da fam na wa ɔso konkonte di n'akyi ade ade no me hu ne sɛ me nua kwakuba yɛ tire n'ani asia bere na ɔsi kasa no kwadwo akasa it tells you say ntɔkwafo no wa na ato akaka ade no baabi aduru no wɔma yɛ nyinaa yɛ nhwɛ yɛ mfa somdwie ɛntena ne yɛmmoa ma ɔman Ghana mfa no to na sabi we need more of the hospital beds. We need more yɛsrɛ na Adam Kwakufa to say after 10,000 is good but it's not enough. We still need more beds because we say ebi no kura da hospital bed ni bi wɔ hospital yɛ pia kura mpia because I did bear more than 40 years. I mean, go to hospital and check. Go to Kolebu, our teaching hospital and check. Go to 37 and check. Go to Kumasi, Konfanachi and check. Hospital beds need to be acquired here. And we still need more. So I'm betting Edibia about either on consumer navigation. What does it? It's Obi. As something answer about we Obi.
I'm one of the allegation there.
It's we Yasambia. That threat to name. I did be a kind of this time. Be an internal catcher in MPP before saying, see certain things be hard, and maybe how can Casa who here about is such a chairman pro. We should be very careful with some of your canon because I get bet you know now I bet you baby or business is here. Now you can't the same Casani building. Now for you who are young, we knew what happened under the former regime, but yen Timin Koyachi because that and Yanni my papa. I say a kakoy him. We want to urge the president, say, another Kwakufa, because one the term is subject to renewal, whether you are going to renew his mandate or not. No. Near my papa, wouldn't move betty my amount of mine Ghana fan to my preferable. Yes, so on.
Medas, Charles Usuni attending Ekosiisen Suni, Higher Asempa FM, Ghana's biggest and the most authoritative political, social current affairs talk show. Medidio Saibonsu, Ofrem Yubia Mejo, so Chairman Kojo Boatena Jaman Ewaha, New Joab in North Constituency Chairman of the NPP, New Joab in North for more Munimuna Ewoko for Ridia. Sounds Honorable Kojo Edu Asare. Why a member of parliament were Denta, and I mean who was say a Denta no, say a Denta. Spelling no say N or two. Adentan. Oh, okay. And you mentioned the N at the end,
but not the way you mention it when you are pronouncing English. Adentan. Adentan.
Oh, okay. Okay. If you want to spell an adenta.
And I'm we are adulterated.
Yeah. Okay. In the I member of parliament, Garwed. And the acting director of special duties for the
responsibilities
on Kada. On Kada. Special duties near then. Ways and means and
your bottoms.
What you said, I'm going to do a handle. Because you are not reading comic books.
And the special duties are only in Shadanka.
And your operations. Bottoms. The Casano, inspiration.
Coded.
The Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit,
Tama, also for now, when you press conference, be a coffee and buy. As is it radio station be
Okay.
For now T host now. Oh, you were coded as a location. Coded location here to code. I did code
Oh yeah, I remember.
We are at a coded location. And the Jimmy decode
my men's anchor round final enough here 5 minutes each near sorry Ekosiisen so higher sempa on am ko do asare me do e be share
Corinthians 14 he that speaketh in an unknown tongue speaketh not unto men
but
unto
the
Lord.
Yeah.
Until you can't tongues.
Special duties.
Yes.
And the election but say we juma bawo.
Yeah. Obi. Mini bebre biaka meti Charles meti minia Kojo Boate. Na Charles na sisi ade mintimi hu am say Uncle Bai me expect say the we are PPP kwe be yoma fa ran you can say
flag
bearer ni yi omo chairman ni e kanka yanka obe kanka kra ma omo you know but na Kufuor yi asani awu kampiama Kufuor more than your own party and mintiasia maybe we had the opportunity to speaker na wa church Ghana for mu kakra o say any mischief me bisa asem ke asem mi na we pese metiasie because Senya Kufuor kra say obetu pa kwesindum free we could in business crap he's getting more sympathy from Charles than anybody else. But I want to understand here and I would do so and I watch him kakra. That Charles say when he spoke, he acknowledged the fact say min kan wo bebia say hospital beds enye critical na say hunya because that was my the pivot around which I did my first submission. Because me makoda Kolibuda this year. I mean the situation I work Kolibu. And the situation in Kolibu is not bed matter. What I say? Because who the bed no crack or baby or the BC no and a problem. You understand? Who call Kolibu here? You go and meet beds sitting in corridors. Until you baby bed no be see any here. There are beds, but where the beds will be placed for the doctors to have access to come and take care of the patients and only here. Intina President John Dramani Mahama, who sebi Nyansa, and decided say, yes, beds here. But before a beds no bebano, as I see a baby at the beds no be sisi. Now you create baby beds no be sisi wa pipes are ye be connect here ye gas ni year patient ni be hia no ye de bia fefra mu akọ so na be ya yemfa beds keke Ekosiisen corridors so that when you go and put a patient on it will be of no use and no for so be ankoba so because say a normal bed keke ni e pedia aka be like I said me ko Kolibu corridors ni ebisisi yo. But the ancillary services that who the bed no go see who nyema ebe kwa ko see who ebe ma patient no enya ehon you know it is not there. So you need infrastructure. It because I make nyina no make ko see so say this government has failed in the production and I say of infrastructure for healthcare.
The provision
provision of infrastructure for healthcare. That is the issue. That the Honda may come and say, Nakwakosi. The two Kokakosi say, and I bet ambulance. Sabe, who found ambulance? Who didn't two? Who didn't two? Who found drone? Who didn't two cost row? Who found nipa? Who got to drone? Now the Besiwa who be area, who be the Nipan could see drone, so now the net two. What I say? Drone, where will it be sold? Pharmacists, no, you know, be a Jumao. Iti nipo no sabi ohu Nyansa Ekosiisen hospital ni si ho o si polyclinic ni si ho o si health center ni si ho o si cheap compound ni si ho now provide this various to the extent say ye training nurses ye the doctors they kwa brochure for UGMS e domo ko from saying Israel nurses ni doctors ni other paramedical officers. Ask yourself, Most of them, they are not working. It is a in now hospitals see what facilities in. Go around the country. Most of the hospitals are YCC ya yejaho. ACC beds ain't seen. It all I'm saying is that and you say ye na say we betimi swap ba na betimi your bed akosi mu a. Now say me the bed na kwa akosi park so. O say me the akosi park so. Hospital dying ACC ho. And no one say na make am. I said ya Charles Ode yeah kind of saying just making it look like as someone make cannot make person me just say hospital bed is not necessary. No, I never said so. To the extent say the president, especially 11th hour of the tenure and the time as we oba ye first young kasa wa ha kujo wa ha say this friend say first time omo first year 2017 and who say bed who touch him because you obi ko ha oko wuye you don't call about 4 different places you nya bed amano and nipa ko wuye from this 2017 besi 2020 almost October after na one who say you come grow 4 beds aka 2 months now you call election. What do you want to achieve in 2 months? How many people would have died minus their beds? It's for me, and only the essence of the discussion we are having. Let's not reduce it to and I think, sir, when I mentioned the figures here, me and I said I just decided to be magnanimous. Because figures down here we all know how much a hospital bed, you can Google right now, it will give you a friend and say figures. But me sometimes me try to me board the devil's advocate. Number amount price no west. Who boarding in our board about $50 million. And we are talking $275 million a year. We are talking 4 years for Christ's sake. This is the 4th year. So we are talking 1.1 billion dollars in infrastructure for constituencies and whatever. That is what was promised. Now say Obi 1.1 billion. And Yamana will list me. And that's why I'm blaming the journalists. Because the journalists should be doing critical on this. Move say, move follow Sanema way say, or move be kind of track. No more yet move kind ya, they jamu, and then they go. Do you understand? Because when you do your work, and when the Bema public account for any others, Obi any Beba who say, hey, Charlie, and the Yansu Yanya, special prosecutor, wada for the past 3 years, no, Obenyani, Bibi Usunu, no, I compare Jume Biaye. Now we're giant to a 2 book review now, no.
I don't know you to a 2 amount.
Obi book with our open, yet you tax self control. Obi book review. Is that the work we gave him? Now, you say, you can't say, yeah, Bepamo, I will say, Nipa, or let us say, Yam Pamo, no, who need to he has to be sacked. I say, Martin Amidu has to be sacked. He's a big disappointment. Just I don't know how to describe him. Total disappointment. He has been everything about him has been bought by that small pay they gave him.
No. That's
yes, because otherwise the job he hasn't done no work for 3 years.
You might disagree with him, but you cannot make
3 years. He did Juma na 1 year and merited the money that he has done. Whatever hype that was given, said Martin Amidu was coming to help to. Was coming to help to fight corruption. They are enjoined
to publish what they do on their website. Have you gone there?
Corruption has been institutionalized. Anybody who wants to fight corruption is rather being fought by this government, including unknown office. Now he's fighting them. And it's a big shame that this country will be reduced to this level. But I think, 2 months plus is enough time for Ghanaians to take decisions over this country.
Okay.
Say Aban Way has been a failure in different forms. And I've told you, I am disappointed into my belly. about him. Just the place I had for him in my mind.
Asempa FM.
I was, hey, Charlie, so will I ever see power in this country? My God, with this man as president and all the hype about him, say, Oba Magana, will NDC ever see power? Look at what's happening. If 22 by 9th December, NDC will need election, and I'm throwing that challenge to you. I'm throwing that challenge to you.
Throw challenge be my
I am throwing that challenge to my brother. Me see 9th December, me and him. I'll buy you champagne too. Just drink. Me say me champagne me numbi. What? But to champagne too.
In our power is close.
What you say?
Power is close.
We no. Na me as I to champagne man no. Me to champagne just for you to calm down, and then I'll tell you say so next time come for lessons. Thank you very much.
Me that say. Kojo do asare ena yetene Canada before honorable Obebemuno the regional secretary of the NPP or Western Region issued statement said the Charles
boxes no dey na.
Charles Cromwell Nana Benin Unia Wonto Bisiu Nidin and also statement no I think I have his permission to read it out. In response to the outrageously false allegations printed in today's, that's Wednesday's edition of the Daily Dispatch newspaper entitled quote NPP Regional Secretary bites NPP MP blood flows unquote, and Daily Guide newspaper entitled NPP Gurus Trade Blows, as well as earlier news articles from other online portals, which began on Monday, 21st September 2020, I write to debunk those news articles. The reportage is a gross misrepresentation of what transpired at the party's meeting on Monday. I wish to assure all that I neither physically attacked nor bit the finger of the MP for Takwa Swayim constituency, Honorable Mrekuduka, as widely reported. I was not the aggressor in this situation, as it is not in my nature, as anyone who knows me could attest. I am by this medium assuring all and sundry that I will rather resort to the structures in the NPP to resolve this matter amicably. Much as I would like to publicize my side of the unfortunate incident, I am guided by the fact that the NPP has an election to prosecute. In anything that distracts from the telling of the unparalleled achievement of this government will be a great disservice to the country and the party that I have faithfully served. I'm guided, as always, not by self-interest, but by greater ideals and loyalties, and a firm belief that justice serves those who serve others, and that truth and honesty always prevails. The NPP's Constitution, Article 3, Sections 5A 1 to 5, duties of a member stipulate, and he quotes all those provisions. And Okase, in accordance with the stated articles of the NPP Constitution, I will allow the party structures to handle the matter accordingly, and I will continue to focus on my work for our party and for our great country undeterred and with conviction. In deference to the eminent people who constitute the Grievance and Disciplinary Committee, I will not be issuing any further statement, and I trust in the unflinching resolve of the party to act expeditiously and fairly to all parties involved. Thank you. Charles Cromwell, Nana Benin Onuya Wontobisiu, Western Regional Secretary, NPP. In a statement to Adiaba,
the party for
Obi. Yes, Chairman.
Obi.
Yes, Chairman, meet you.
Many JP send another Amagana for Brantiani Mumemua and the Dasokase. So more Dachibi. Dachini say, and ne, Oshe and a more two. Anya Shakran, or Batten be any send the Baba Cratch, I just go school. And yes, sir. Inti any Dasokase. Send ne, a Brantibi school. Now, if you mean Sakra Winya Jumano, a Bible to me the what na baby. No, my son, you may be, but what's your baby? Rather than say, Obi so promise you Okada. And next zone of 4 million momentarily, the first government in the history of our independence, MPP is the only government that will a budget in my Zongo community. Why establishing Zongo ministry ene minuanom zongo afibia owura baumia na nado danko akufuado almost about 40 personnel from zongo community try as much as some be doctors, medical professionals, scholarships ene astroturfs and kwala enum bo any ade nyina e say etrenum a o say ne wa che na esimu nkono a eno na omo dey slogan inti ena ni da so we nyina wo ho wa nya bibia anka na se ko transongo community a o de so no dada ba so ko achimota school meboa enya make candidate Orajo Mahama
from Achimota to
from Achimota inti no ye can zongo life on say den nim papa o person can be so they say or no ye can free education onya bi and so I say is difficult one to do
Semper FM
because African countries are here anye ye into Ghana me nye bi or ye ho advert over 200 times to hear which come my journalism for say my Ghanaians must rise up against free education because that time you started free education 2012 ye kan ya 2016 ye be kan o say nye ye nso ko bi me nyi ni so transongo community so tremu na hu enne ahotopa and zongo community free education omanya on top of that and I make all this a year omayedi nima and no ka ye and ko he nima and the sheet mayira it is all developing. It's about the poverty, how you can arrest the poverty in our areas. Anything I'm saying now, why are the Yamisra no? Now me nyako jo ke bibi about the hospital bed say baby na obi ugo commission bibi o baby ojagu minti bi that na so argument we free kra ne buy so ka che say ugo commission na o de akogu abontin na say ka kohwe hospital dan bi na fagum na commission free ho it's a philosophy we here ade na o ye ka no is it important na commission ye bejagu amenso abro no bibi sawo ye bejagu amenso abro so wa commission na ho na hospital no. Where is this thing it's coming from? What was some can be? Me start here say, see, important. And you put the figures around it. And I'm saying every day. So say important. And maybe a commission in India. Assembly pa obi. Enye bibia hu hia and a yekin and you say ambulance in a commission. It's parliament yard when you commission me boa. And I didn't need yango. Doesn't matter.
So Independence Square.
Oh, they are assuming. Me, Independence Square. Independence Square. What I mean, constituency. Obi. Bungungu yo independent. Square. And no money ye can. And ye near my becca confusing crofo. A year ye ni hunkomo. And come ye di. Said the chance can. Or say, and no money in na ben be able to me. That's all to me, yeah. Rich hospital obi o de opa even ene kora ene ko OPD ko emergency ward ne kohwe ko ne kofu ani kohwe enipa eda form a because omanya cases na ma best wo hon enso one of my friend or a doctor ho o say to the bia okada accident eba so you are not expecting it. Emergency expected say dey na beba ho obi o hono accident motorway obi yam your first a year ebe no e say do call ebia emergency me e hwe bia we ye fan call ward we ye nyi sei ko na ko hwe mu sika na mu di sie wo se mu na mu aye mu renovate hospital Orajo Mahama be ye ni enwo no wa be renovate o se wa ye infrastructure ye nya bi da ko hwe se be se short wo ho a you see so say ye na say aban to so dia obi ye nyina gitum but we are no ye permanent no why am na che and asema make a true we the upper baby a wunim so what type of mountains kwan orakufo na ye meboa
yes
more than 16 years ni de bia mbetena kan na edi hu komo asphalt Orajo Mahama ye o mikrom 2016 as at November no mugu asphalt. As at 2017 na asphalt no issue tutu no.
After 2 months.
Me see 2017. So 2016.
Yeah, November.
18 assume somewhere middle of 2017. No tutu. Me see from your work for the non control. To some man ho. So asphalt is why I can say
so fast yeah na
obi me say it is a bu ha kwan fifi na nkasa kra na etu asphalt na bi etu afi ho etu old ayina e wase no say asphalt to be omu ndwiri the old one no mu di bia begu so kokohwe na bo man ka say unum Hawaii road so unum Hawaii road so unum Joe Rollins na ye
Asempa FM
odi free sa enclave ya free zones e ko nyina ansa no buy ene ye de o se de tia na tie o tia se ye nyini ye no man nya ho fa so ebi se adwuma ni de obi se ya won to aso yi ye nyan da o man yon se ye nyan da na na do obeba ko kwa me nkroma okọ owura buzi akọ e champion ni mu nyina akọ nti sa obi abeba ko ye nto o man mu ba ye no ye nya no se de da chinsiri ma benya ho fa so se de ka say Rome was not built in a day. But woman na building Rome no mu wie mu cement ni mu iron rods. They make sure say Rome ni be si ho e ba say say repair, be maintenance. Say Ora John Mahama say maintenance for person ye. Bibia na do aye bia obo be maintain. Nti no e bia maintenance no person ye. Ye tie say but no on train the maintenance no opa ye be 40 years I think timu e wo ground no a ye hu say ye maintain we ya ye nkodwiri ni nyina ntungu. And now cost some of the tarmacs no money idea war France no money idea ya repair ya ni akọ polish na de bibi kakra hye ha into kwa monumental ye si ho no na ya boy si 18 something ye muye but hu a obeka senra na esi ye meboa into sana na mo no etie enu ti na me abri nyina me ka sese kana nado a medi akonwa enka Ghana fo hu oye neni hawo ni atete a endi si abande ekomu ebie ye ni foforo na kwan ye de nam so no obi me no da chin se obi nim no be reverse this development ana sa nema ye hu ya me nyini se Ghana for do ho becho intermediate anwumre ye beda wase na ya bom mampani aba se onye adwumaden o ye no onto aso na enye de ya no mo beka because omo ni vision bia anything new for the nation ne aka nyina ne se omo pesa omo tum futuro bi dada nkrofo ba Ghana nyame aye adom enen kola wie school enne wo nyina te oman na se mo hye electoral commission mo nhyom ko mu din obi yanka se yetu ana mo bi amfonso ma ho se mfonso aba ho yen fix ba yen fa bi nka ho yen twa ho kontompo mo nko tra ba bi nko yiye bibi e meye se bibi asi enti enne ye dimirika ba ye be press conference o cha betie ni electoral officer aka ho asem dida e di e betie de obeka de enti oja ne to na oka na say see a good electoral commissioner say Ghana for ha ye nyina beti
me da say chairman Kojo Boateng na yete ne nka no Charles me pacho bremu na yenwie
the odwere wie no hia na se horo bi ti o man chichire no se ade bi ayaye ne dada no me gindi se be san akoso bi enti enema ye nyina na de ne ye koyanim metu ye hofo na yetu amanyofo efo ona wo support amanyoku ahodo various constituencies one on leader amanyuku ahodo se kasa emodu pa wo kan chiro sema onyankopon eni Abraham kita hudire na eye kasa Isaac eshira Jacob eni Esau na kasa Moses edi Israel for free Misraim akobo sha so na eye kasa Elijah kasa ma oja free sraba na eye kasa nti kasa yade a ehu hia papa entina mpani force techerema empro moma ye kasa ho ente kasa ede asomdwe beden ebeba kasa ede nkamu beba kasa ede mpuntuo ebeba kasa ebema yen oman ni monyam apeja akoso ama so obi ti achichiri ba bia obe na adwen se oba ye mamu because oman mu ede abato ehu onsunsanso nti ye koto ba mama yenhwe nipa yechusu so omegina yanim na omedi yanim because ye o trust na wo de ko hye obi mu na
Asempa FM
wona okọ abosom so sebe wona okọ malam ahodo so ene ya so ekọ Kristo so ye gidi se Kristo obi ade ho bona obetima boy ho ban ahwe ama ya kwan ne enema nyina de ayeyie enti se the fact that obi kọ kramo na me kọ asoro nche se o ye metamfo sana obi MPP ni na me PPP ni no obi NDC ni yenya tamfo yina ya oman ba akopɛ se Ghana na ye somde a mumma yen campaign a ye less than 2 months or fan say 2 months and in America kra bi na ye kwa koto aba yakasa honte na ye yintum nse sade tie bia Ghana e ba kope yentimi nya Ghana bi no oman ne ba emu nipa den ebebo wo hwe sabi ensama ye keka dia sabi empeni for sem ye je wo si mini bi kodam so asemisro people are saying that nipa na buy not so onye we or say my way so say I don't see why is no so which is which but maybe you say me say makabium I still want to pray say nana do dan kwaku for the nyame na dream papa obedwin o man Ghana na nana montuo ne dwumadi nyina be boa ma o man fa ntoma pa afira obi nya yize o ask the truck drivers they will tell you ask taxi drivers they will tell you ask Uber drivers they will tell you maame na oton wa cheni oton kube no ani your tongue kuku kwa they'll tell you and yes better from sir I'm telling you health insurance buy I bet so yen sabi yen how baby so because we call baby why obi yare na say on produce and on provide 50 Ghana kra o tibi oni bi nti eniema ye nyina amanyofo no adwen ya betim dia ba susu niema ho ama aban ya ama ede hu susan so papa ba so ene yenya ho adwuma ekwan ho asema menu ya kan yi ofa West Hills more now you turn on so right work kwan you say about 5 months grabber even though you asphalted ni na say anya no so nko wait ma for asphalted roads bi o ha under this government and previous government kwan na say yeah me yan say so buying the contract foreigners na Ghana for kasa go and ask all people who here all these rules say for na we have schools Ghana for na esi we gonna crack a damn free school bisi fam ya nwe ya man ho ya no ya man no it's about money sometimes when you want to blame and you are blaming at the top because they say the INSM na na go sisi here bibi e obi e bo ni din owura mahama ho na e bo ni din sa the responsibility no ya the command leadership no ko an but the all ya man contract no e dey na ye hwe free ni chen some of the project yeah commission now number of years adi now say the project I said I can say I didn't aya infrastructure na aya we be say why because say any dan nka afi bi eso nka obe paint
FM
say na konwa na oteso a nka otraso nka bi nka omu ni mu nko akiri say there ebebu ntem say government vehicles na yesu a look at the way I use no and now me no ka say insu start say e top obi anim efia ye no ye nyam fa ngu aban bia so ye de gu ya nkasa ye so ko cholera ba enim party ni people are going to die out of cholera because in started to yes igusu to niema egu krum we at least I say do maybe etimi discipline ye do ye mind because minim say minu kojo atukwan minu ye ofi America na ba ye de class for ye nko ba bia iti wo no but see obi ani ho watukwan a bibi she de botoma otukwan du a onu ankasa obi anka nkyere no say watukwan be du say yemfa ade entofom onu aga na ni natimi ehu say say bi ma wegam na paper na ekura no memfa entofom ena de Ghana ha de onama oyi niema fi ne ka mu a na watu agu what is the politicians ye mobopa because you try am where you corrupt businessmen are ebu nkofo wo kuru emu eji nkofo sika what are we doing with them they no man mra na oka because uncle for ye you machine chain and ya ankasa ye twitwa ye ho e ka tire ho say we corrupt I've said to say we in this country enya wayomi song e wo say am I to him obi ate banking crisis it I mean would it be success and politicians and a banks ye omo dia by this time the Ghana for they dank ye o man no crucify them
Asempa FM
and it's because ye na man kwan say enye sa but let me say how many millions and now are buying this banking crisis here no nka hospitals asem ye kan kenti binya bia na nka schools ahodo ye kan hospital kenti binya bia na enti oman na ye chichire ye nchichire amanyuko medase
Menso medase in the Charles Owusu ne ten nka Ekosiisen so ni high Asempa FM. It's been a good day, a good show. Thanks for joining us.